Yo, what's happening? This is Apex, and you are now tuned into the Apex 3900 program. And today, I might start a series called Stop the Cap or something. I'm going to think of something, but we'll see how it goes through the ebb and flow of this particular presentation. I will be reviewing a live stream that's going on currently right now as I speak from none other than the Angry Man, aka Piglet. Now, some people may say, "Oh man, oh Apex, nigga, you just cloud chasing. You just cloud chasing, nigga. You can call it whatever you want to call it. To be honest, I don't care. You can call it mom and pop soft serve ice cream. I don't give a fuck what you call it. The reason why I'm doing this is because I know this particular gentleman has no scruples. He's very underhanded. I've seen his underhandedness, his devious ways throughout the course of what 8 years now, 6 years, 6 years, and now that the space is starting to expand due to an influx of new listeners, I don't want those new listeners to get led astray. So I'm gonna put the brakes on this shit right now. Now the Angry Man has a sizable following. You know, he has some day ones that's gonna rock with him no matter what. That's cool. That's cool. My goal here is to not stop him from growing. I'm not here to stop him from growing. No, not at all. But I am here to inform the new listeners of what kind of character this particular gentleman possesses. So I was on O'Shea Duke Jackson stream that he's doing right now, but it kept buffering. You know, he was on a cell phone out in some non-disclosed location, and it kept buffering. So I was like, you know what? Nah, let me go ahead go over here and see what. And it just so happened every time well, not every time, but sometimes when I click on this dude's stream, it'll be in the middle of the stream, and he'll just say some shit, and I'll be like, you know what? I gotta address that. And now I'm getting my equipment together because I will be upgrading. So now I have more of a, you know, a better workstation. See, in the past, I would just hear some bullshit or whatever, and I might clip the shit, or I might just recall the shit from memory and then hop in the booth and one take the shit. I always one take my shit. Sometimes I do add shit here and there, but for the most part, bro, I'm like Jay-Z, nigga. I hop in the booth and one take this shit. You feel me? 5 mics. You know what I'm talking about? Well, hold on. Let me mute that real quick because this joker got some fucking playing some music. Trying to do his little boosie ass Diddy bop and shit. Looking like a whole goofy. Oh yeah, look at me. I'm so cool. I'm so cool. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, this thing is lame, bruh. He really is. He's a lame square playing a character. And it just amazes me that, you know, everybody can't see this shit. A lot of people can see this shit. A lot of people can see it. And some people see it, but they just look over it because since he has such a big following, they say, man, this nigga lame. But I know if I fuck with him, my subs gonna go up. So I overlook this nigga's corniness. This nigga's a lame ass nigga, bro. For real. Hold up. Let me fast forward this shit. Alright.
Angry Man deserves a lot of respect for kicking off the spear just like anybody else. I'm gonna be honest.
Now, at this point, he was playing a clip. Oh, yeah. And by the way, fair use. Fair use. Fair use. He was playing a clip by O'Shea Duke Jackson. And O'Shea Duke Jackson was giving Angry Man praise, you know, for his contribution to the space. And I'm not taking away from, you know, his contribution to the space. And I'm not saying that he's light potatoes. I mean, numbers don't lie. The man's got, a substantial amount of subs, a substantial amount of supporters, you know, substantial amount of views, and he's been doing this shit for what, 6 years now? So this ain't that nigga ain't small potatoes in the game. You know what I mean? He still be on some sucker shit, be that as it may. But, he's done numbers.
Angry Man, when I came in, he was the top guy. Him and Obsidian. So, I was the third or fourth, maybe me the fourth or fifth. So I wasn't considered the top channel or nothing like that. So those guys are just as important. A lot of times he don't get his respect, and Angry Man does definitely deserve his respect. So we gotta also include him as much as we include anybody else. Even though me and him don't like each other, he's definitely a big player in this, and we wouldn't be where we are today without him. So we gotta include our brother in that too.
So, if y'all want to know what happened to the manosphere,
This is where he about to start capping. And I know he made this streaming, and he is talking about this particular situation in particular because I brought it up in a video that I did a few days ago about him and calling it out about this nigga's fraudulent, fake, sucker behavior in the space. But watch him cap. Hey, you know what? For you new guys out there, man, hey, man, come holler at your big cuz, man, Apex, man. I'ma set you niggas straight, man. I'ma lace y'all with the play-by-play, blow-by-blow Manosphere history. You hear me?
what happened is when O'Shea came into the space, I was already here. Me and Obsidian we connected, but I was in the space before I knew Obsidian. Now, when Obsidian came into the space, he convinced the space that he was an educated, lame, blue-collar worker, whatever.
Slightly incorrect. I don't believe Obsidian ever wore the moniker of an educated lame or lame, period. Or educated, period. He tells you that he's an autodidact polymath. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't speak about being educated. Words matter. Words matter, Angry Man. I know you like to Angry Man smash. But words matter. You need to get your listening comprehension skills up there, pal. But yeah, Obsidian has told you he isn't educated, formally educated. He's self-taught, and he's never once said that he's lame. Like, I've seen him live in action on a live stream chopping game to a female when they challenged him to put his game to the test about spitting game at to a female. So that nigga's not lame. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard him say, hey, I'm an educated lame. Now, he said he's a blue-collar tradesman, yes. But you know what? That's neither here nor there.
O'Shea came into space. He convinced them he was an educated lame because he was in medical school. BGS came into the space. He convinced them that he was an educated whatever because of his scholarship. I was the hood nigga. Because I was the hood nigga, a lot of the guys in this space chose to follow them.
Stop right there. He says he is a hood nigga. Now let this nigga tell it. He was the motherfucking man in North Carolina back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Let this nigga tell it. He was Freeway Rick. Motherfucking Frank Lucas or Nicky Barnes or something. Of the Carolinas back in the 90s or something, bro. Like, look, bro, you a hood nigga? Okay. All right. Bro, you wasn't on shit. You's a petty nigga, bro. You's a old petty purse snatching, car stealing, shoplifting ass nigga, bruh. That's what type of hood nigga you are. You the type of nigga to be at, be with the guys and shit, and you pocketing niggas lighters and shit, bruh. That's the type of nigga you was. If you are a hood nigga, you wasn't making hits or sending hits or making plays or busting dope moves, anything like that, or putting a bitch on the track. You wasn't doing none of that shit, bruh. You wasn't doing none of that certified shit. None of that certified shit, you was not active, G. You was a old pickpocketing, shoplifting ass nigga, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 Cent once said on one of his mixtapes, you's a petty nigga. You's a itty bitty nigga and I'm a big city nigga. Kansas City nigga to be exact. But you's a petty criminal, G. And they stopped fucking with you, and motherfuckers stopped fucking with you and opted to follow O'Shea, Obsidian, BGS and whatnot because your fucking morals. Your morals, G. Like, you think you so slick that you think that other people can't see your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas lie to themselves. They can't lie to me. You know what I mean? You put a quarter up your ass because you played yourself, G. You thought your audience was stupid. And when your audience started sitting back and not just taking your word for it, but actually watching other people's streams and getting their side of the story, they started pinning the fucking dots together. And that shit, and when the lots was casted, nigga, you was up. You got chosen. Oh, it's you. It's you. You're the problem. You're the genesis for all this antipathy in the space. Remember, you said I rouse the rebel rousers. Yeah, you're a rebel rouser. You are a rebel rouser. Yes, you are. And the Bible speaks about rebel rousers, and it doesn't speak about rebel rousers in a kind or, let's say, endearing manner. But anyway, continuing.
And chose to ridicule me.
Also, now you the victim, huh? The big bad angry man who was doing all manner of fuckery and gang stalking all throughout YouTube. Now you're the victim. Okay, I got it. Tracking.
So it's funny to me that after all of these years, when you see
Fair use, by the way, fair use. Fair use, jive turkeys.
those guys taking the space in a certain direction, or at least taking their channels in a certain direction, you're sitting around here shocked. Why you shocked?
So you mean to tell me that we shouldn't follow these other gentlemen and we should follow you? Because, I mean, you're standing on a solid codified ideology with ironclad morals. Yes? Yes? Nigga, please. You don't even have a unified ideology to teach brothers. Like, you just get on here and you just ramble. One week you're an advocate for this. The next week you talking about that shit is dead. That shit ain't where it's at. Just like I remember, you made many streams several years ago talking about the space is dead. The space is dead. The space is dead. And then 2 days later, you put up another stream, and now you up here talking about, I am the space. I am the space. See, that's how you know a fool. That's a double-minded man. See, that's how you can tell he's a fool, because he's double-minded. And see, he's not mindful of his words and what comes out of his mouth, because the Bible says life and death is of the tongue. Life and death is of the tongue, brother. So you got to watch what you say, because what you say can offend somebody else to cause you harm, or you can just speak harm upon yourself. Because in one breath you saying the space is dead, and in the next breath you saying that you are the space. So you basically just speaking death upon yourself. This how dumb this nigga is, bruh.
Remember, I was telling you this back when you was telling me that I was hating.
Because you are a hater. Yes, you are. You're jealous. You're a piglet. You're greedy. You're greedy. That's why I call you the piglet. It's not just because you beige and you got a little piglet little face. No. It's because you're greedy. You're greedy and you try to knock off everybody else because you want to be the tall hog in the trough.
I was telling you this back when you was saying that I couldn't get along with anybody.
Because you can't. You can't. You're the rebel rouser, remember? It's in your fucking name. The angry man. Not the rational man. Not the logical man. Not the cool, concise, cool, collected, and concise man. No, the angry man. So you made this character and you put yourself in this box. Now you got to live up to this. And you mad at other brothers because they didn't box themselves in. And they left an avenue for them to evolve and recreate themselves. And you're mad because you're stuck playing this 1997 hood nigga character and you can't get out of it. Cause you know as soon as you try to flip, all your day ones gon' dip. Oh, bars.
Telling you niggas this.
Fair use, by the way.
So now, instead of being honest enough to say, you know what, Angry Man said this was gonna happen. Or damn, Angry Man, you was right the whole time. Or damn, Angry Man, we owe you an apology. Instead, you want to run around here saying, oh, the space is over, it's done, it's over with.
No, sir, that was you. You were running around here. You were running around here saying the space is dead. And I quote, that's verbatim out of your mouth, sir. Probably that same microphone you're using right now. You spoke that into it. The space is dead. The space is dead. Remember? That was you.
The manosphere is gone. You know why you think the manosphere is gone? Because you still defining it by them same fucking clowns that you was following in the first fucking place.
But there's no bigger clown than you, G. There is no bigger clown in this space than you, man. If I can just keep it 3900 with you, you know, I ain't gonna keep it 55th Street, you feel me? I'm gonna keep it 3900, you feel me? You the biggest clown in this motherfucker, man. Up here with your red shirt on and your red Yankee fitted. Looking like Kool-Aid and shit. Oh, portly ass nigga. Fuck you talking about? All you missing right now to match is the red nose, you clown ass nigga. Bozo. As he pulls on his stogie to try to look all gangster and tough.
You got nobody to blame but yourself.
Oh, so you don't have any accountability in the way that you view the space now? Not saying that the space is good or bad either way, but I'm saying if you have a problem with the current space, you being a major figurehead in the space, wouldn't you have some blame in that on how the space turned out? But instead, now you want to blame the listeners, the chat box niggas and the audiences and the panel niggas. Oh, no, it's y'all fault. See, y'all didn't follow me. Y'all followed them. So it's your fault, you see. Never mind that I'm one of the founding fathers. I'm part of the big three in the manosphere. So if the manosphere falls off in any sort of way, you know, I should technically have accountability for that. I should be accountable in that aspect. But, you know, I'm not going to take accountability, you see, because it's y'all's fault. See, nigga, you're not a leader, bruh. You're not a leader. You know what I'm saying? What D-Loc the Chop, this rapper from my city said. He said, man, y'all rather lash for it. He said my homie wanna lash for it, and lashing back home, just another word for jacking or robbing. He said, man, my little homie wanna lash for it. I'd rather grind for it. See, you wanna be a leader, but you ain't got the mind for it. Bars.
You don't got nobody to blame but yourself. And see, most of you individuals that are haters, you would rather go to your grave knowing that I was right.
Projection. Suge Knight. This nigga there, yeah, he give me Suge Knight vibes right here. With all the red on and fucking the beard and the cigar and shit. If you tired of your favorite content creator all in the videos showing perfume or all on the stream, you know, promoting his book, or all on the celebrity junk, you know, roasting, talking about sandaling it up, and you know, weave wearing, sandaling it up, and struggle this. Excuse me, nigga, come to Masculine Mercenaries. You owe. This nigga look like Diet Suge Knight. This nigga look like Suge Knight's mini-me, bruh. Oh, shit. Suge Knight's mini-me, bruh. I can see him sitting on Suge Knight's lap like mini-me and shit. Cause you know this nigga only like 5'6". You know what I'm saying? You can look at his shoulders too. Like if you watch his stream, bro, look at his shoulders, bro. He got some narrow shoulders, G. Shit's funny.
But never giving me the satisfaction.
Oh yeah, he was projecting, by the way. He was projecting that y'all would rather go to the grave than admit that I was right. No, you would rather go to the grave than to admit that you were wrong. Yeah, just blew your mind there, didn't I? Yeah, I know.
Of admitting it. I told you. I fucking told you. I fucking told you over and over and over and over and over.
Okay, we get it.
And over.
We get it.
And luckily for me, I still got people in here that's day ones that was around when I told y'all. They was around. They witnessed it. Nothing deterred you, nigga.
Hold up. So, yeah, you do have day ones that are around, and they did witness, and they witnessed all that shit that I said prior in this video right here about how you were saying the space is dead, and then the next minute you're saying the fucking you are the space, and then the next day you're talking about how you're done with the space, and then the next day after that you're talking about you're showing all this concern about the space. Yeah, they seen you too. So I'm just let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk.
I could do whole exposés showing you niggas' characters, showing you they lying, showing all types of shit, and you still went hard in the paint.
What about your character, sir? What about your character? Physician, heal thyself, my brother. How about you take some of that medicine yourself? Since you trying to expose all these other guys and show them the error of their ways, how about you take a look in the mirror and analyze your faults? Have some introspection, if you will. How about that?
Gave them niggas credit and shitted on me.
This nigga ain't never gave nobody no motherfucking credit. Never. This nigga never gives motherfuckers credit. The only folks he gave credit to were the people that was in his camp at one point in time. That being BGS, the Black Order and all that. And then, the masculine mercenaries. That's the only people. Like, he never opens it up. And after I called him out in my video a few days ago for not bringing people on, just always having a solo ass stream, now he want to open it up and bring, his sycophants on so they can sit around and all have an echo chamber circle jerking shit. You know what I'm saying? But you got a real nigga like me blocked because you don't want me to come up there because I'll dice your ass. But I ain't even going to come on your shit because I already know how that shit going to go. That shit going to be boosie as fuck. So, nah, I'm cool over here in my little area doing what I do. But I find it funny now you changing your shot, nigga. You change your shot, as old man would say. You change your shot. Yeah, this is some medicine. This is some medicine for you. You better take this to heart, man. Now, a fool will take rebuke. No, a fool will hear rebuke and be angry. But a wise man, you rebuke a wise man and he'll love you. That's scripture right there. So, yes, I am rebuking you, sir. This is rebuke. And a little bit of roast, too, I got to put a little Gates barbecue sauce on it. You hear me?
You know it's bad when every last one of you niggas that follow O'Shea is shitting on me and O'Shea gotta come out and give me my damn credit.
I ain't never heard you give O'Shea his credit. I ain't never heard you say give Kevin Samuels his credit. I may be wrong. I ain't never heard you gave Obsidian his credit either. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard. Matter of fact, now that you mentioned it, now that he's talking about how niggas is hating on him and shit, I distinctly remember when I think Kevin Samuels blew up, had just blown up, or was on the verge of blowing up. And he said on one of his streams that O'Shea Duke Jackson is a genius. A genius. For his business acumen, his networking acumen, his content, his wit, his whole style. He said that nigga O'Shea Duke Jackson is a genius. Pure genius. This nigga right here went fucking plectic. He must have made a week's worth of streams going in on O'Shea and going in on Kevin. And I mean, this nigga just didn't double down. This nigga tripled down. He just kept it up. And I'm sitting back like, gee. So you mean to tell me you gonna screw the pooch with Kevin and go at Kevin just because he gave some shine to O'Shea? Had you have sat back, kept your motherfucking mouth shut, you know what I'm saying? Kevin might have threw you a bone, might have shouted you out, might have brought some of your merch on one of his streams and showed your merch off and gave you a shout out. But no, nigga, no. No, you gotta be the tall hog in the trough, cause you greedy. You greedy. And this how you know, man, that this nigga back in his hood days, quote unquote, this how you know this nigga wasn't no major figure on the block. He wasn't pumping no packs, he wasn't busting no dope moves, none of that. Cause real niggas know when you in that life like that and you doing that, you gotta feed the troops, man. You sitting up here in the hood in abject poverty, all these motherfuckers around you starving, and here you are, you got a whole loaf. You got a whole loaf. You can't just give niggas crumbs. You got to give them a slice. You feel me? But he's so greedy, he'll eat the whole loaf in another nigga face. He'll eat the whole loaf in another nigga face, bro. if he was in the game, if he was in the life like that, and he was living like that, he was carrying himself like that, that nigga would have been found. That nigga would have woke up dead somewhere. You hear me? That's another reason why, just pointing out his character. That's another reason why, like that nigga is not no hood nigga for real, bro. Cause real solid motherfuckers would have been and straighten you out, been and put some straightening to you. You feel me?
It's sad when all of you niggas that's following Obsidian want to shit on me, but Obsidian got to come out and give me my credit. And you can talk as much shit as you want to talk, but every last person that I have ever went back and forth with have given me my credit. Why do you think that is? The reason why
The Detroit Pistons, the bad boy Detroit Pistons of the 1980s. A lot of former Hall of Famers who played against them in the 80s gave them praise. They said, hey man, Bill Laimbeer, Isaiah Thomas, who else am I forgetting? Joe Dumars. Man, them guys were phenomenal. Phenomenal talents. Phenomenal work ethic, bro. Them they was about that shit, man. They really got the job done. They'll say that, but then in the next breath they'll say, man, them motherfuckers was the dirtiest players to ever step foot on the hardwood. So yeah, people can give credit where credit is due. That don't mean that still doesn't change your character. That still don't change your character. Just like the Detroit Pistons. Motherfuckers can say, hey, they were a phenomenal team back in the 80s, but they were some dirty, low-down so-and-sos as well. Kind of like you.
they gave me credit is because the things that I have said because they have merit. I didn't say it because I was hating.
But you are a hater.
I said it because I was trying to avoid the space becoming what it has become. I was the...
Fair use, by the way. Now here he goes talking about how he had so much care for the space. Once again, this gentleman, motherfuckers can merch it too. Motherfuckers in my comment section merch that shit. If you know what I'm talking about, man, just testify in the comment section about how this nigga was going on and on about how the space is dead. You know what I'm saying? And this was around the time when Jessica X was coming on the scene. Sister George and Concrete Rose was coming on the scene and shit. You know, and there was a push. There was a push in the space, mainly by this nigga, Ramil Amir, Ty City, and who else? Those are the only three that come to mind right now about keeping women out of the space, And then when niggas was when Obsidian and O'Shea was like, man, nigga, fuck you. We gonna bring these sisters on the panel and we gonna chop game with them. And then when that happened, now all of a sudden he wanna holler the sky is falling, while at the same time having a female in his space, in his camp. That being Kendra D, the Crimson Cure. She was in a part of his camp. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this straight. You can have a female in your camp, you can bring her on your panels, but other people in the space can't bring females on. And if they do, woe is me, the sky is falling, the space is dead. That's some kid shit, bruh. That's selfishness right there. That's selfishness because he want to be the only one to have a female in his camp in the space.
Only motherfucker in 2.0 that was fighting to hold the goddamn space together.
That right there, that's just an outright lie. That was just an outright lie. And we can check this man's track record. We ain't even got to talk about Obsidian, O'Shea, Kevin. We're gonna put them to the side for a second. We just gonna talk about him and his camp. The now defunct Black Order. That being BGS, Cerulean Gray, the Honorable Cerulean Gray, and Charles Faulkner. Disbanded. He done went at all of them. He done fired up a live stream and just went diarrhea at the mouth about the entire Black Order. You know, fell out with them niggas. Kendra D, I believe he ain't rocking with her no more, so he fell out with her. Who else? The new guy that was in his camp, Sheep Stay Sleep Tape TV, fell out with him. The only motherfucker from that camp that's remotely still rocking with him is Grinch. That's it. And the Grinch had a stream up the other day talking about how he was gonna fall back from the space, fall back from content and all that other shit, because he's focusing on other things, career shit, driving trucks. And shout out to the Grinch, man. Me and him, we bumped heads on a panel before, a few times really, but just to see that brother's maturation, you know what I'm saying, coming into his own, out there driving trucks. Now he knows that he's got to pivot in his life. He can't be doing the same, the same shtick here on YouTube forever. You know what I'm saying? He recognized he had to pivot. You know what I'm saying? And he's criticizing other brothers in this space for doing just that, for recognizing that, hey, this particular time period, it was fun. It was fun while it lasted. But now we got to pivot. We got to pivot and change directions. You know what I'm saying? Like Obsidian. Man, circa 17, 18, 19, bruh. Especially when the Gone 11 was co-hosting Obsidian's program and shit. Nigga, it was jumping. It was cracking. Or as Nagone would say, bracking. You feel me? But Obsidian came to the realization that he had to pivot. He couldn't do that in perpetuity. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't stagnate himself like that in perpetuity. And then he wants to criticize Obsidian about how he's changed and how he don't go in like he used to. He still go in. If I kindly remind you of that stream that Obsidian did about that, what's that chick's name? That Nicole chick, Nicole something. She wrote. They did an interview, right? And she wrote an article about Obsidian in some Elle magazine piece, right? And Obsidian got on, reviewed it, picked it apart, and was, going in. You seen flashes of vintage Obsidian. And you will see flashes of vintage Obsidian. It's still in him. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, he's a refined gangster. You know what I'm saying? If I could use that term, and that is my shit, by the way. So when you hear motherfuckers start talking about refined gangster, just know that they got gamed up right here. Obsidian ain't no BG no more. You know what I'm saying? He's not a BG. He's not an enforcer no more. He's not a capo no more. He's a boss now. You know what I'm saying? So he got to make boss moves. He got to carry himself like a boss. You know what I'm saying? He got to get his refined gangster on. He can't be out there on the block throwing up gang signs and hitting people up and set tripping and shit. Nah, he a boss. He sitting at the round table sending hits. He ain't gotta do hits no more. He can send hits. You feel me? If I can use the gangster analogy. Since the angry man likes to use gangster analogies so much, but ain't a shred of gangster in this nigga. Anyway.
And the masculine mercenaries, we were the only ones. Me, the masculine mercenaries, formerly known as the Black Order. We were the only ones trying.
Nigga, and who is the masculine mercenaries? Because all we know is you and Grinch. Who? Who have you put on, G? Who have you put on that can speak well of you right now? Who? Because bosses make other people into bosses. Bosses make other people around them rich. A boss makes himself rich, and then he makes other people rich. And then in return, he becomes wealthy. And then in return to that, the people that he made rich will eventually become wealthy. But you don't understand that, man. You don't understand that, bruh. That's why I said, bro, use a purse snatching, chain snatching, car thief, shoplifting ass nigga, man. That's your hustle, bruh. That's what kind of hustle you got. That's the kind of mind you got. You ain't got the mind for that shit, man. You know, you sit up here and want to read all these books, allegedly read them or whatever, the 48 Laws of Power, Machiavelli and all that other shit, and then you want to call yourself putting them into practice and shit and fucking it up bad. You know what I'm saying? You're not a strategist, nigga. You don't play chess, nigga. You playing checkers. You out here playing checkers in a game of chess. And when you play checkers, nigga, you bound to get crowned. You know what I'm saying? See, and I said this before and I'll say it again. This is what happens when you let dumb niggas read books. When dumb niggas start reading books, they start getting ideas. But they not smart enough to put said ideas in to apply them in an effective manner. So they end up blowing their own foot off. But anyway, yeah, let me tell you, listening to this nigga talk about the Black Order and shit.
Hold this goddamn space together. And now that it's falling apart, you niggas want to sit back and say, it's the fault of the big three. No, nigga. If you...
I don't see it falling apart. I don't... See, he loves talking about this, the sky is falling, man. Hold on, let me get my water out real quick. He loves talking this, the sky is falling, man. Niggas is running this shit up. I don't know what you talking about. I don't hear no complaints out of Obsidian. You know what I'm saying? I don't hear any complaints out of O'Shea talking about the space is dead. Shit, Celebrity Junk doing numbers. Obsidian's book, numbers. Kevin Samuels, numbers. You hear me? You the only motherfucker over here belly aching.
And give me credit when the shit is popping. Don't blame me when the shit is whack.
So you don't have any accountability or culpability in the dismantling of the Black Order and now the defunct masculine mercenaries, because I don't even know who the masculine mercenaries are. You know, you're the Avengers with one Avenger. What the fuck? As he scowls, as he scowls, you know, in the camera, as he looks in the camera and intently scowls. That nigga said, I got a mirror in my pocket and I practice looking hard. Face ass.
When you was kissing O'Shea's ass, when you was kissing Obsidian's ass, and when you're kissing Kevin's ass, do not try to blame me.
Hater. If that don't sound like a hater, then I don't know what it is. I don't know what a hater is. But this nigga sounds like, you know what he sounds like, bruh? He sounds like the mad rapper. Yo, tell him why you mad, son. Yo, angry man, tell him why you angry, son. The angry rapper. This nigga's a cartoon character, bruh. This nigga comes straight out of a comic book, man. This nigga is WWE, G. The mad rapper face ass nigga. Fuck out of here.
the shit is goofy.
But you're goofy. Fair use.
I warned you.
I think this thing about to play another song. Let me see what time I'm at. 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm good on that. I'm cool. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. But yeah, man. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, angry man. Get your shit together. But yeah, man, that's all I got on that one, man. Thick Gizzle, man. Get up on that.